I'd like to thank the voters for electing me to the school board 12, 9, and 3 years ago. In those 12 years, I've only missed 2 regularly scheduled board meetings. I hope I have shown that I am a responsible and fair board member who weighs all the facts before rendering a decision and is careful to maintain the balance of children, parents, and taxpayers in all my decisions. In closing, I'd like to thank you again for your time. Thank you for having us, and I would appreciate one of your votes on June 6th. If re-elected, I would continue to be a common sense, responsible voice for the education of our most important asset, our children. Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters and the Chamber of Commerce and everyone for attending. As I've been traveling around talking to people, even the people who talk bad about certain policies or things at our schools, almost everyone I talk to loves our school district, which is strange compared to other places I've lived. And as a school board member, I would like to keep that going. But I do think there are areas that can be improved. One of them is transparency, going out there and actually doing things and speaking with people in the public if you're a board member. And at the same time, I think we should be looking at how we actually, as a board, get message out there. You know, whether it be broadcasting the meetings live, whether it be, I've heard a lot of people say, well, it's at a bad time, and when I go there, they don't listen to me anyway. Every board has that problem. Everyone's going to hear that. But whether it's true or not, the public believes that's true. So I think something needs to be done about that as well. They just need to be more proactive. And that's what I would do if I was on the board. Thank you.
I believe that the school is the heart of a community. Look at any community that has lost a school and see what happens to that community. It was disheartening 10 plus years ago when we saw 2 elementary schools close. Those, you know, I felt like that was part of my childhood that went away. It was a wonderful experience to see the ribbon cutting that took place with the Mike Miller School. It was wonderful to see what happened with the ATEC building. We need to continue to see that growth. Over the years, I've always kept an eye on the education board and looked at the people that served on that. Brad, thank you for your service on this board as well. But I look at the history of the Dr. Erbers that have been a part of it. Mr. Alm was my elementary school principal. Dr. Burdette, my neighbor, who eventually turned into a colleague, and obviously my father, and Reverend Wright, and of course Mike Miller, who's everybody's friend in this community. These are people that just stepped up and said they wanted to serve. They want the best for their kids, as everyone up here wants the best for our children. And we need to continue to look at that 5 to 10 year plan. What's next? We built Mike Miller with the idea that we're going to expand. Let's start looking at that and what that means. Aberdeen has changing demographics that were alluded to earlier. What are the tools that we're giving to our teachers and our administrators to meet the needs that our community will be facing in the next 5 to 10 years? I want to be a part of that conversation. I want to give every resource that is available to our teachers, be the advocate for them, and make sure that everyone knows who our school board members are, because we are out in the community, because we're advocates, and because we're pushing for the best thing for our children. That's why I'm running today. Thank you.
When we moved to Aberdeen, we thought it was our northern Bayberry. And in some ways it still is. But I don't want to keep hearing about Groton and Warner schools and how they're some of the best ones around. I want that to be Aberdeen. I want people to say that about Aberdeen and the experiences that the kids get here. The Aberdeen School motto is empowering all students to succeed in a changing world. I believe that we can do that better by creating longer-term strategies, 10 to 15 years. So the kids that are entering kindergarten today, we have a plan in place for them when they graduate. and making short-term goals so that we can see the improvements as we go along and follow our strategy. As a parent, my kids are already in school. I don't want to see the improvement only for them. I want to see it for all of the kids, ahead of and behind them. I want the schools to grow as the community does, and I want them to be a reason why parents stay here, why they move here, and why they love it. I'd appreciate your vote on June 6th. Thanks very much.